Say it with your chest, FD. Say it with your chest. You, nappy-headed jojoba, fab socialist, right? Who else? T Noir. All the brothers and the sisters on that side of the political spectrum, on that side of the conversation. Say it with your chest. See, when we're speaking about the schism, oh, by the way, let's throw the sister Ostefko, throw her in there too. Throw Kim from For Harriet, throw her in there too. Y'all need to say it with y'all chests. Y'all know black women are hypocrites in this conversation between black men and black women, and everybody chastises the black men in their hypocrisy. We do it so much, the black men have become apathetic. That's why what you're doing really doesn't have that much traction. We've been doing it for decades. Black men, don't be sexist pigs. Don't be jealous of black women's success. Don't be jealous of this. Move out the way. Don't be sexist. Don't be transphobic. Don't be homophobic. We've been doing that ad nauseum for decades. But once it comes time to address black women and to critique black women and to address their hypocrisy, everybody gets real soft-spoken. We get real vague, right? The language and the rhetoric change real quick when we have to address the women and their hypocrisy and their BS. You got fab socialists that tiptoed right to, why are all these radical women with white men? And then she stayed on it for like all of 60 seconds, maybe 120 seconds, and jumped right off. Nappy-headed jojoba, right? And Ostefko both act like the conversations between black men and black women are only responding to the sexism from black men. Black women don't initiate nothing negative. No, of course not. Nope. Right? No. Black women are only responding to. And your black boys and black men are hearing that, and they exited stage left because they're tired of the conversation always being couched as, well, if a black woman does something negative, and we're not acknowledging that they do, but if they do, they're only responding to black men and their misbehavior. Black women don't initiate nothing negative. They don't say anything negative. They don't do anything negative. Black girls and black women, not in middle school, not in high school, not through college years, not as adults. Nope. Everything negative that happened to you as a black boy and black man, right, that comes from a black girl and black woman, you're imagining. Or you're being informed by a racist, white patriarchal notion of what women should be, and that's why you're so offended when they say something sexist or mean or homophobic directly towards straight men that they know are straight boys and men. This is the way of them challenging your masculinity and your manhood because you won't bow to them, right? Or kiss their rear end. Y'all all know what it is. T Noir, you know what it is. All of you know what it is. Y'all pretend like y'all don't because none of you are dumb. I'm picking out people that are not dumb. This is why I'm purposely having this conversation with you. With you. The people that should know better and low-key kind of do know better. And the reason why I said FD, say it with your chest towards the end of that video you did, right? Where you kind of skimmed on it a little bit. Well, when we finally shut down, first, let me address this before we even get off on that too much. The black manosphere ain't going nowhere, FD. Because y'all really don't know how to address black women and their sexism and their hypocrisy and the fact that so many of them want to be I am woman, hear me roar while being damsel in distress at the same time. We're not talking about different type of black women. We're talking about like one black woman that want to play all of those roles at the same time. Right? Us, FD, you grew up a black man in Chicago and you're married to a black woman and you don't know what's going on. Brother, you know what's going on. You know what this is. And your project, the reason why it's going to fail is because critiquing black men once again is the easy part. That's the easy part. That's something we've been doing for decades. We have the language for that. Now, when you get to critiquing black women, oh, that's when the real conversations start. And you know that, right? And all of the women, you, Kim, from Fort Harriet, once again, like I said in a previous video, the way you address black women in luxury, masterful. You know better. Oh, Stefco, you too. T Noir, you too. Nappy Headed Jojoba, definitely you too. Fab Socialism, you really know what these sisters are on. You know, all of you do. And we continuously have to have a conversation about how black men aren't showing up for black women, right? How black men internalize white patriarchy. Then you go talk to the dating experts and they tell you how black women and other women of color are the ones who internalize white patriarchy. Oops. Now what? We talk about black men essentially valuing women, right? Light-skinned women, and how men objectify women. And then we completely miss the part of women objectifying men as walking wallets and overglorified guard dogs. We don't want to have that conversation, though. The problem with this conversation that we're having between black men and black women is that black men have to play with kid gloves, have to fight with their hands behind their back in the conversation. And the second a Kevin Samuel shows up and allows women to speak, and now you see it with Kendra G, right? Allows women to speak and tell you everything they ain't gonna do, what they ain't gonna settle for, how it's top 20% man or nothing. And it doesn't matter the education of the woman, whether she's light-skinned or dark-skinned, what region of the country she is from, her educational background, it doesn't matter, none of that. Her weight, her size, none of it. They're screaming from the mountaintops, asking for the same man. But then that same man gotta be super humble though. And remember, she's the prize, not you. Right? So, in short, I know this was a rant. The black manosphere not going nowhere. And FD, if you're gonna address this, you're gonna have to address it with your chest out. Say it with your chest. A lot of these women are hypocrites and liars. Which you know, by the way. They want upper middle class or rich white woman life. They want to be Karen. When we show videos of a nosy Karen calling the cops, potentially getting a black person, a black man killed, there are women of color who envy that. That includes black women. They want that social power. They want to be able to play damsel in distress. And there are black women who definitely are damsel in distress. You got a flat tire in the middle of the night, right? Something heinous happened to you. You are damsel in distress. No, they want to be perpetual damsels in distress. They want to play that role because they want that social power from playing that role, while still also playing I am woman, hear me roar, I don't need no man. Yes, simultaneously, once again. So if we're not going to address that, or we're going to play address it, then don't address it. Don't address it. If you're not going to address it with your chest out, then don't address it. And understand why the black manosphere exists. So let me get this right. FD, you're a black man born and raised in America. You don't understand how we can talk about rap music and hip hop and oh it's sexist and but we don't understand what Waiting to Excel did, and what Color Purple did, and what I Don't Want No Scrubs did. Scrubs? No. Can you pay my bills? No. He wasn't man enough for me? No. So we don't understand how that affected a lot of millennial black boys and men, and even Gen Z, because they were born in the shadow of that. No, we don't understand what's going on. We don't understand what years of Real Housewives of Atlanta and this extreme consumerism and materialism and late stage capitalism and the commodification of relationships. We don't understand how that affects how black women and girls think about men and boys. and how that inspires some of the divester language, which nappy-headed jojoba addressed just a little bit, right? Oh, Stephco out here telling you straight up how many white boys she had crushes on in high school, but yet her most vitriolic rhetoric is towards black boys and black men. Huh. Right? Same thing with Kim from Fort Harriet. Right? You're not going to any black men protests. And you attended an Ivy League school and you don't understand what's going on? Huh. Just a bunch of intelligent, educated black people just spewing their anti-black male rhetoric. Or couching it as constructive criticism and tough love. FD signifier trying to get the brothers to understand. Because FD really thinks he's going to be able to shut this down. Not really. But if he did, let's say he did, you're going to have to address the fact that the black boys and black men aren't making up how black women and black girls approach them and speak to them. You're going to have to address that. You're going to have to address the fact that it's not at all in their imagination, or they're not being informed by some weird, racist, patriarchal mindset. Right? And we're specifically speaking about cisgender, heterosexual black men. Out the womb with a penis and a set of testicles, black boys that become black men. That's specifically who we're speaking about. Just in case I need to clarify. And no, that's not about me being transphobic, or homophobic. Until you address these things, you're just literally wasting your breath. If you have the conversation about black men, black women in relationship. That's if you decide to go there. If not, then we could continue to talk about the left and politics on the left and have fun watching more black boys and men not vote, become apathetic, or even vote conservative and Republican to spite the entire left that pretends like their issues are not issues. And watch more men of color start to get leached off of by Republicans, right? By the right. Not necessarily because they're sexist. Yeah, not necessarily because they're sexist, but because their issues as men aren't being addressed. We're specifically talking about black men, but men. This is the catch. More and more men aren't attending college. The biggest drop-off is with white men, right? Becoming apathetic, staying at home, masturbating and playing video games all day, right? Do we not understand what the environment is doing to boys and men? Or are we just going to pretend like it's just because they're sexist monsters and black women and other women are climbing up the ranks and these men are just dropping off because they're sexist monsters and they don't want to have a female boss or a woman boss? That's the problem, right? All right. So I'll end with this. Like I said, FD, say it with your chest. Nappy-headed jojoba, if you're going to address this, then let's be honest that it's not just black men, beating up on black women and then black women responding. Thank you for loving black men because you love black people. I watched the clip. Thank you. And I think you're sincere. I'm not trying to be funny or joke, right? Oh, Stephco, what can we even say about Stephco, right? What can we even say? She admitted like half of these stories of these like high school and middle school crushes as white dudes. So I don't even. But once again, like the most angst is for black boys. It's interesting. Let's keep going. Kim from Fort Harriet, we already know what she on, right? She's in a relationship with a black man apparently, but she don't really mess with black men like that. And the second a black man has any critique of women, black men's job. Where Kim how Kim comes off? Kim comes off as a person who think black men need to prove themselves to black women, right? Like black men have been messing up so much, we have to prove ourselves to black women. Not that black women have gotten in their mind that they're supposed to be upper middle class and rich white women, and that's their real issue with black men, right? that they can't exercise Karen-like powers. That's not the real issue. The issue is black men have not shown up for black women so much that now it's about proving ourselves to them. Don't hold your breath for that, right? Teen Noir, you know, the system has some points, but once again, when you're informed by this kind of white feminist logic painted black, then when it comes to black men, you're going to be anti-black. You're going to couch it. And this is what a lot of people do, right? This is like Black 101, right? This is regardless of black men and black women. You say something anti-black, you have these very anti-black concepts about the opposite sex or about the, you know, different sexuality or whatever. You just couch it differently. And yes, black women are subject to doing that also. Right? Fab Socialist, I've checked out her channel a few times. I've watched different videos. I've gone through, well, actually more than a few videos. Right? But the sister has to be honest. She did a video about delusion. Pretty good. But it is delusion. When you look at the environment, Fab, right? And you see that we're living through like this recession, gas prices astronomical, and then you have black women talking about the soft life and black women in luxury. Right? And like Kim said, and I will give Kim this, right? Yeah, but like Kim said, I will give Kim this. It is interesting to see the kind of economic situation this country finds itself in, and then we're finding more and more black women in luxury and black women in soft life, and you know, more black women online, all in the comment section saying, well, what, black women don't deserve this? Half of women in America earn like $25,000, $27,000 a year or less. That's women in general, not just black women. And in that environment, you got black women talking about black women in luxury and living the soft life. Insane. Right? So I'll truly pause right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I actually, for some of these people, I actually don't have a huge problem with, except when we start getting into the conversation about black women and black men in intimate relationships, specifically, couldn't get that out, right? Once that happens, then it all goes to hell. And we can't be honest. That, you know, yeah, men could be hypocrites, and we've spoken about that ad nauseum. We have language for that, but once we start talking about the women, then, like I said in the beginning, everybody starts getting real soft-spoken. We get real vague. We got to play with kid gloves. And all Kevin Samuels did was kind of expose that, yeah, these women are, right? They don't really want to, they're not looking for, like Amanda Seals tried to address, they're not looking for like real human beings. They're looking for like a thing, a utility. They're going to have to address that. Oh yeah, and Kim, yeah, well, black men don't have no money. Yeah, but black men still earn more than black women. I just thought I should put that in there because you made a comment about that, you know, in your community tab and, you know, whatever. Yeah, black men still earn more than black women. And if I don't know if you ever checked out Kevin's show talking about black women being gold diggers, and yeah, what gold diggers? Black men don't have no money. That don't stop black women from trying to be gold diggers, and now they're trying to divest to be gold diggers. Good luck with that in this racist country. Anyway, I'll truly pause right there for real this time. And you know, that was Mr. Z's long 20-minute rant. All right, Mr. Z out.